To honor the second day of Black History Month, I'm here to tell you about an incredible Black Canadian woman by the name of Anne C. Coules. Let's talk about it. Born August 12, 1943 on the island of Barbados, Anne C. Coules is one of 6 children, 2 of which who unfortunately didn't make it past childhood. Anne grew up with her mother Rosita and her father Lucius, who was a well-known pharmacist on the island. While still living in Barbados, Anne attended Ursuline Convent School, as well as an all-girls private school known as Queen's College. After moving to Canada in 1957 at the age of 13, Anne attended Darcy McGee Secondary School in Montreal, Quebec. After graduating high school, Anne attended McGill University, where she graduated in 1981 with a degree in psychology and sociology. Anne's family was very well known in Barbados due to their active role in the Labour Party. More specifically, her uncle Frederick held multiple cabinet positions in the colonial government before Barbados gained independence from Britain in 1966. Frederick's daughter Billy, making her the first cousin of Anne, was the first woman to be elected barrister, as well as the first woman to sit in on Barbados's cabinet. In 1969, Anne took part in a sit-in occupation at Sir George Williams University, now known as Concordia University in Montreal. This sit-in was a part of a series of protests against the alleged racist treatment of 6 Black students attending the university. This situation got the name of the Sir George Williams Affair. These protests have been entirely peaceful until police tried to evict over 100 students and protesters from the 7th and 9th floor of the university's main hall. During these protests, a fire also broke out in the school's computer room, allegedly causing over $2 million in damage. 97 people were arrested, one of which included Anne. Anne was convicted of willful obstruction, served 6 months imprisonment, as well as was required to pay a fine of $1,500. Coules only served the 4 out of the 6 months in prison and was pardoned in 1981. In 1974, she served as executive director and was the founder of Women in Transition, Inc. in Toronto, Canada. This organization provided one of the first shelters for women and children who experienced domestic violence in Canada. In 1978 and 1979, Anne ran as a Liberal candidate in the general election, but unfortunately lost both times. She switched to the Conservatives after serving on the Liberal caucus for over 20 years after opposing their views on gun laws and same-sex marriage. The day before her 75th birthday, Anne retired after a long life fighting for social justice, activism, and the rights of Canadians everywhere. She was recognized as Dean of Senate for serving over 34 years, 6 months, and 30 days. She married in 1986 and spends her time playing the piano and enjoying classical music.